Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells, where today we're definitely going to do it. There's nowhere to go but up, except I suppose also potentially down. Let's take the bow. I have proven that I am not responsible enough to have a shield. Okay, apparently we're not going up. Listen, the shield playstyle is really powerful, and for my money, I think it's actually the most fun way to play the game. But at the same time, I'm a little not great at it under the best of circumstances, and while I'm also trying to keep a running commentary going, is not the best of circumstances. So we might have to just come back to that one a little bit later once our skills have sharpened up a bit. Trying to get this guy to charge. There we go. Alright, open the door. So we took a hit, but we took it really early. There's still a lot of enemies left, so I think it should be feasible for us to get that 30 combo. Well, these guys are fairly arrow resistant, it turns out. Okay, we could just leave immediately and get the time door, but you know how I feel about those scrolls of power. I'm not gonna spend money on that. We're gonna find enough equipment for free that we probably don't need to spend right now. So I don't really have a strategy going into this. You know, we'll just we will take what the castle provides. I do see that great big hammer up there. I'm trying to get this shield guy. Shield guys can be a problem. All right. Yeah, let's take the hammer. I like the hammer. Although we do not have the means to get crits with it, it's still... The starting sword, you know, it's a little soft. As far as murder tools go. Let's go red for right now. A lot of good weapons are red focused. And we did, you know, we did a purple run, we did a green run. Although... that ice grenade is maybe leading us in a different direction. Okay, a ranged weapon that scales with red. That's interesting. I'm a pretty big fan of the firebrands in general. So you can see they make fire on the ground, in addition to if you just hit the enemy with it. And the fire stacks up pretty quickly. You get a lot of damage out of it. The weapon has a pretty weak-looking listed DPS. I assume that is the damage dealt by a single stack of the fire debuff, or maybe it's actually the contact damage dealt by the torches themselves. In any case, it's not very representative of the... that's bad. He turned around right as I got to him. Okay. Well, I have a lot of hope for this this 30 kill combo. I think that's looking very doable. I'm gonna stick red. Both of our weapons scale with red and not with any other colors, so 850. Nah, we'll find something. I'm gonna save money for something that's a little bit more compelling. All right, tell me we did not run out of enemies. Okay, there's still a couple of branches left to explore here. I will be pretty bummed, though, if there were exactly 30 enemies and we got hit after 2 of them were killed. Some writing, but it's difficult to read. Malaise, they're all affected. Yeah, you know. Listen, my feeling on the malaise is that it seems to be a bad thing. Okay, small amount of gold. Starting to get a little nervous, though. Oh god, we actually are going to not have any more enemies to fight. What is this strange creature stuck to his face? He still spasms a bit, as if he was half alive. Better not linger. Yeah, I wouldn't... Don't touch the thing. Staying too long could have unforeseen consequences. See, you say that, but also there's... Ooh. I get it, and the creature stuck to his face is a head crab. I've played video games before. I know how a reference works. Alright, we do still have a path down here. There is yet hope. Although, it does seem like, at the same time, the game's pretty devoted to not spawning any enemies. Where does this go? Interesting. Aha, new arrival. And the rats haven't even got to him yet. Well, the rats probably don't know how to use the teleport statue. I bet there's still some good stuff to scavenge. Like a rusty old key and a torn-up letter. Royal Gardener, with all the respect that I owe you, obey your orders, or you will find yourself in the stomach of one of the ticks. For all our sakes, this is your last warning. Signed, Commander Castaigne. Huh. This is new stuff. Dilapidated Arboretum key. That looks like a bad time right there. Hold on, are we really... Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure we had only killed like a couple of enemies before we took a hit. There might have been literally 30 enemies in this map. Okay, alright. Well, that's not helpful. Can I smash it? No. Aha! Again, video games. Ow, I did a bad job. Huh. Well, this is new. I've not seen this before. Yeah, sure, let's try it. Let's do a thing that is perhaps very dangerous. I'm super disappointed that they really did not give us much of an opportunity to get that 30 combo. Okay, we are definitely not spending cells on cosmetics at this time. I guess we can start working on the powerful grenade. Yeah, that seems like a fine idea. We'll finish buying that shield on a run where we might actually use it. It's probably not worth reforging anything yet. So, red mutations. Plus 17% damage for 8 seconds. These do not seem... I mean, Killer Instinct seems alright. But you know what? I'm gonna grab... let's take the extra life. This is... I mean, it's not an awesome mutation, but we're not, you know, not necessarily playing, like, super well here. I'm trying to buy myself a little bit of insurance. Alright, tell me about a dilapidated arboretum. Earthy smells of compost, spores, and decay fill the air of the dilapidated arboretum. Okay. I mean, it's neat looking. Okay, that looks like it's forward. What if we go this way? Also, kind of looks like it might be forward. I was hoping it was going to be the case that it was like one way was actual dungeon and the other way was just like a little secret. Let's see if these guys like to be set on fire. Unfortunately, we cannot actually... So you can see if you throw the torch more than a certain distance, it doesn't create the fire on the ground. And the contact damage of the torch itself is pretty poor. Ah! They are throwing mushroom dudes at us. Ow! Yeah, my extremely slow melee attack, not an asset. Alright, I mean, we're not going to just run through. I'm just looking around. Okay, so that attack didn't spawn a guy, but it might be because he threw the guy into the spikes there. I'm a little worried. Every single time I step on one of these plant things, I'm a little worried. Ah. Oh, okay. He has an attack. He has to actually pick up a little dude to throw a little dude at me. I see. Alright. Well, fire turns out to be pretty alright against the mushrooms. Ow. I accidentally rolled in the wrong direction there. You can see me go in the right direction first and then turn around in midair. The turnaround was not intentional. Ow. Oh god, I need to get to someplace relatively safe. Okay. Alright, let's see how your shield deals with that. So this is going well. I can't tell if the big guys are spawning more little guys or if I just was not getting an accurate count of how many little guys there were. Oh. He goes into Met mode there. We'll just let him walk through that real quick. Yeah, it's cowardice. What of it? Alright, looks like the red water doesn't actually harm you in any way, which is good to know. This area is really beautiful. I mean, it's Dead Cells, right? Like, their artists have consistently outdone themselves. Which I guess, if you consistently... That's not really... Their artists have a very high level of consistent work. Let's try it that way. That's, those are spikes in that wall. But to be honest with you, I was not really looking that far over. Oh, he lives. Huh. That's weird, he just suddenly died. You know what, I should back up a little bit and flask up. The firebrands really are doing a tremendous amount of work for us here. Ah. Okay, so it seems like they actually stop if they get to the position you were in when you started charging. Or maybe he stopped because he hit the edge of the flames. Let's go up. It looks like there's a gold area above us on the map, which is... Wow. Really thought that, thought my jump was going to clear him there. Alright, do we want to swap out our hammer for these fancy daggers, or do we want a grenade? Honestly, I remember the twin daggers feeling like a really good weapon. It's a little bit easier to get the crits, and also they don't stick you in place for as long when attacking. I'm going to go this way. And they still feel big and powerful. Can we interact with any of this stuff? No. So yeah, you can see the attack combo with these is a little 3-hit combo, and the third hit is a big crit. And you can kind of you can interrupt it. You don't actually have to do all 3 hits at once. If you roll or run a little bit, or like jump or fall, you can do little bits of movement in between the strikes without actually breaking combo, which sometimes can be really valuable. Wait, is this an operable doorway? It is. Oh. Seems like these infected ones were trapped in the trunk. That's quite a large thing. Makes you wonder who was the sick one in this story. That's a weird... What? What are you talking about there, buddy? The skull of a giant crow mixed in with various bits of mushed and mashed organs, entrails, and local roots. Connected to the bark of an old red giant tree. The perfect evil wizard starter kit. I guess. Boy, this is a weird thing, huh? Is there a spot here where we can, like, get through the wall, or... It's real weird that this is an area that doesn't do anything. Especially because if it's an area that doesn't do anything, it's weird that the timer runs at all in it. The timer stops when you're near the tree. But the timer is treating the area like it is a real place that has something for you to do in it, aside from when you're near the tree. Try not to jump myself into spikes. Alright, I guess we're just falling back. I mean, there's a lot of other rooms to explore. This area seems to be a little bit less linear than some of the others. Fairly sure the Morass of the Banished is another area that I've not been to before. I really, really don't like those flying enemies when we don't have an easy way of dealing with them. This is almost exactly the same. You know what? I'll keep the one I have. This was not worth coming back for. Alright, we did not try going left. Ah! Why did you not get frozen? Alright, that was nice of him. Nice of him to do that instead of charging. Okay, so it looks like the big guys probably are not spawning more. I think they can only throw the little ones that actually already exist on the level. Ah, boy. It sure didn't look like his attack had the range to hit us there. Like, it did... It does that little slash animation. And, the animation definitely ended before our body began. Well, there's not as much wind-up time on that charge as I was thinking there was. If you get close to those guys, they can basically hit you with the charge instantly. So, that's a lesson. Don't stand right next to them. Who would have thought? Not standing next to the enemies. What a wild idea. Now remember, we can leave at any time. We do have the location of a door. There we go. So I'm trying to play it a little safe here, because obviously we're not in awesome shape. But at the same time, treasure, you know? Ah. Please don't throw things at me. We're not going to be able to start a fire in the water, which probably makes a lot of sense to you. There we go. Okay, well, this area is not going quite as poorly as the other one did. My guess is that if we want to get the combo door, we're looking at a 60 combo, which feels... Ah, damn it. I did not mean to fall that far. We have our own mushroom friend. Alright, that's a little internet for me. Listen, I'm from the internet and everything, but still. Maybe we should just bounce? Alright. Most flying enemies have very, very little health. So if you can just, like, put down a fire that they have to fly through to get to you, it will often kill them instantly. Cowardice. It's a real strategy. I mean, it's working, right? I think we're just gonna bail. I'm concerned that if we stay any longer, it's just gonna kill us. Let's take this thing over to... so the path to the prison depths, we would need one of the movement powers that we still don't have to get. So there's always a danger, something like this. If you pull out of a level early, before getting all the stuff in it, then you're behind on the power curve for the rest of the run, right? So I do not like doing that very much. We may have slightly doomed ourselves here. Alright, causes a large explosion. We're still, 12 more items. What do we want to unlock here? I would prefer to unlock red stuff, obviously. Dash forward and inflict damage. That sounds alright. It's a little bit of a shame that it's so very, very far away. Okay, I think we're going to take Killer Instinct now. Now that we have a couple of grenades, being able to use our grenades more frequently would be nice. And on to the Morass of the Banished, which is another biome I've not been to. Looks like a putrid version of the Stilt Village, which is not great. Uh-oh. It's definitely very ominous here. Oh! Okay, not great. It looks like the... Oh, wow, that's a big hit. It looks like the slime he drops doesn't actually like have an effect in the long term. Wow, I am not able to roll through this guy. So you have to be right on top of him in order to roll through, because I assume because his body is so big. And if you try to roll through him, he just instantly kills you. Some of the time, at least. Yeah, there was no way for us to interact with that at all. If you do a roll through, he just donkey kicks you before you recover from your roll. So that's a tip for that boss. Don't do that. It's the big strategy we discovered. Okay, we're definitely taking the same path. We're going to go have words with that guy. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm just now remembering, used to be, there was some stuff hidden in this this first room. Let's just have a look around. Oh, that is in fact a giant skeleton. Wonder who killed him. Yeah, I would also like to know who could wield a weapon of that size. That seems like relevant information. Aha. Aha. Blueprints. And that's like a pretty alright bow, actually. Alright. Let's give this one more try. You know, this was in the game last time I played, and I have no idea how it is opened. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. I don't know exactly how long this series is going to be. I'm not committing to trying to like 100% or anything here. But we're gonna take a good reasonable swing at least trying to see most of the content, if not actually be able to beat most of the content. This feels like it's going a little bit better already. Almost got hit there for no reason. You gotta take this combo door seriously. Apparently you cannot afford to get hit at all. Alright, our gear is perfectly split over the 3 colors. Let's lean red again. I would like to do like an actual red run. And I should say, I am not necessarily fully committing to finishing this run here. Since we started it 20 minutes into the episode, it's possible we'll have to split it over the next 2 episodes. We'll see. Maybe I'll just die again real fast. That could also happen. Alright, red grenade. Knocks loose your arrows that are stuck in enemies. That could be useful. Didn't mean to do that. Was intending to press R. Okay. Grenade does decent damage, has a real short cooldown. Alright, 24. It's a good start. Could you please? There we go. So, you can see, ranged weapons do have limited ammunition, but whenever you kill an enemy, you get back all of the ammunition that you fired at them, and if an enemy survives for long enough with your arrows in them, the arrows just fall out eventually. I should have just used the teleporter that was right there. I mean, it doesn't matter. We weren't going to get the time door anyway, because I'm gonna go explore and be thorough. What am I doing? That's not sword range. Let's see, I'm getting a little cowardly as we approach our combo goal here. Alright, there it is. We don't have to maintain the combo, we just have to have reached the number at some point. So now I can play like garbage and get hit all I want. Huzzah! Do we want to take this over something? Yeah, honestly, don't necessarily think that tonic is great for us. This is a much more promising start than the previous run had, though. Might have something to do with the fact that I'm talking less. There's probably a life lesson in there somewhere, but damned if I know what it is. Okay, you know, your character doesn't always have the best aim. Sometimes he gets a little confused. Alright, where is the door that leads to the place we were just in? You know what, it's probably not worth spending the money. I know the starting sword is very bad, no doubt, but I'm sure we'll find something. Alright, and there's our other scroll. We don't necessarily have to stick around and fight all the enemies now, but we may as well. We're doing an alright job, we're not dying doing it. And some of them have an awful lot of money on them, it turns out. I don't know how... Oh. Well, that's a shame. She's dead. And it's recent. I mean, it's not like a huge... Okay, that feels disrespectful. It's not like a huge surprise. A lot of things down here are trying to kill us. Alright, I'm gonna leave the watermelon for now. No, that's not one of the floor runes that we can interact with. We found a grate. There's something hidden in it. Even more watermelon. And a prisoner scratched some words on the wall. Why, filling the prison with innocent... You know, that's... My dude, that's how prisons work. This is probably not the answer he was looking for. It's not the answer anyone wants to hear, but it is the actual answer. Okay, let's try this again, and this time I'm not going to let myself get bit by plants. Alright, I mean, for completeness' sake, I guess let's go back and sell that watermelon slice. You know, it's worth something. It's probably like 100 gold. 280, that's not nothing. It's like 5% of our total money. Okay, let's give this a second try. First of all, I'm not going to get hit so much by random mushrooms. And then also other stuff. Also other things that are good. Ooh, Firebrand's 4+ already. Shoots an arrow in front of you when fired. I mean, that's not... Yeah, let's go this way. I think that seems like a pretty compelling version of that item. Alright, so we've gotten the blueprint for the Broadsword, which is fine. That item is totally fine. Alright, the fact that we have not yet found a better sword doesn't mean we won't. Let's all just have a little faith. Alright, 60 kills, and also actually fully exploring the place. And then not dying horribly to the giant bug monster boss. You know, this is like the power of positive visualization. Just say out loud what you want to happen, and I'm sure that will make it happen for some reason. Okay, I mean, it's a fair amount of damage. I actually really like the forward firing arrow on our firebrands here. Oh wow, that... Okay, let me just reset here. That went very wrong. Very sideways. I was not watching the shield guy closely enough because I was more concerned about the mushroom man who was throwing mushrooms at us. This is not going all that well. Okay, well that fall damage won't quite kill him, but it'll get him close. And then we can finish him off by also falling. Somehow I managed to completely miss him with my stomp. Alright, well... it's not the most promising start. Alright. Sinew Slicer can be trusted to do some amount of work for us. And I do love not having to do my own work. Get him to throw these guys both up here and kill them that way. Okay. I guess let's continue downward. The way these areas are shaped is a little strange. And man, you can really tell the difference between these firebrands and the ones we had on the last run. This is a lot more fire damage. It's actually lovely. The little biters are also very helpful. They don't look very intimidating, but the damage adds up really quickly. It's actually one of my favorite qualities to get on a weapon. Okay. This is probably just going to take us to a little loot room, I'm guessing. Oh, interesting. A balanced blade that causes me to take double damage but recovers HP. Nope, no thanks. We are not in a position where taking double damage is a reasonable thing to do. Maybe once I, recover my skills a little bit more, or just develop some new ones. Because, like, honestly, you can go back and watch that other Dead Cells series. It is arguable whether I ever had any skill at this game. Alright, let's try this way. I wonder if this is going to turn out to be, if it's going to turn out to be the same thing, that the path to the terrifying garden is this way, but it's always to the left, or always to the right. I know the difference between left and right. Who dares say I don't? Usually when you go for a red build, you're committing to melee in a pretty serious way, but I feel like actually our sword is a trap right now. We have a really good red ranged weapon and no melee weapon to speak of. No, it doesn't cause fire if you don't hit it on the ground. Ah. I rolled, but then I held left. I hoped that it would just get me far enough away. Please die. Alright. Well, there goes our combo. My guess is there are probably not enough enemies left for us to get back up to a 60 combo after failing at 30 plus. Well, you can really put quite a few stacks of fire on someone. Okay, still one more enemy over here. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not even sure if I want a frost grenade in the state we're in now. Oh, it is a red frost grenade, though. Colorless is pretty nice. Yeah, you know what? We'll take this one. I'm going to keep my slicer, even though we have no points of purple. It's just a very useful thing to have a turret. Okay, so you can go out to the ramparts if you're a coward. There's actually like a huge amount of area left over here. What a strange biome. Ah. Threw the grenade too early and it bounced. Alright, no more melee. The lesson we have learned here is that melee is for suckers. Boy, do I want to take the huge HP boost? No, we'll take another level of red or two before we succumb to that. Do I want to buy a powerful grenade? No, probably not. Do we want to buy an upgrade for our sinew slicer? This one is 50% more DPS. No, keep the one we have. I don't think it's worth spending the money on it. Okay, they absolutely will just run into spikes and kill themselves. Good to know. Looks like up at the top of this area there might still be some unexplored space as well. These rooms are in unusual shape. Ah, okay. Almost got hit by that for no reason. Let's let this guy handle our business for us. Look at the cowardice. Does that help any? No. No, it does not. I cannot get them to unhide. Okay, I guess they did eventually. Okay, finally. We have finally completed this area. So no, it is not the case that the same doors are necessarily on the same sides of the area. Well, I would like to go to the Arboretum, so... I'm just going to take it a little bit slower and more carefully. Ah, that roll. The distance of the roll, not super controllable. You're gonna go as far as you go. Even when you would really, really like to stop short. And there really are a lot of... Ow. Thought I was going to be able to jump over that. There really are a lot of enemies in this biome. How did I manage to completely miss the flower? Alright. Just start a big fire and then hide in the corner. That is our primary strategy at this point. Wow, that, I really took a minute to come out. My plan there was to use the turret as cover. Which does... It works a little bit. Alright, up. No, I guess we cleared this out. There is a shop area to the southeast. Or rather, below us, I guess. It still would be really helpful if we could find, like, a melee weapon that does... Okay, yeah, that's an upgrade for sure. 439 DPS. Should I? Yeah, let's just go ahead and hit that last flash charge. And we'll just have to hope to find that exit we're looking for, like, real soon. Yeah, you can feel the difference for sure. Okay, we cannot traverse this. Wait, where the hell is the exit that takes us back to that boss? Is it through here? Yeah, this looks familiar. Alright, do not be afraid to use your items. That's what they're for. Alright. Plant-based enemies do not like being set on fire. Good to note. That was a pretty grandiose noise for 250 gold. Bow versus wolf trap. You know what? We'll just sell that. So, you can see those shield guys like to go all Sonic the Hedgehog on you. Boy, there's still a lot of level. Like, if you look at the mini-map, look at how much space there is in every direction. Okay, we found the Morass. This, I think, is pretty important. So we are definitely not going to be afraid to run and just leave the level if it looks like things are getting too hard. That said, scrolls. I don't like this. I'm gonna... Nope. I'm absolutely gonna find myself unable to avoid getting hit by spikes on the way to getting that scroll. Alright, let's try this again. Gotta fall precisely between those two. And hey, a good excuse to take 70% HP. Alright, wow. That's just real bad jumping. You know, that double jump while holding to the side was intended to get us up on this ledge. Just in case you had no idea what I was going for there. Which I could see being the case, given the way the execution ended up. Alright, what is up here? Okay, just another item. And wow, it's not even really an upgrade. I mean, I'll take the biters. I prefer biters to burning. Okay, I feel like this time we at least were able to be pretty thorough here. There are a couple of paths we couldn't explore, but yeah, on the whole I feel a lot better about this than I did about the last time. And we have better gear, so in theory it'll be a little bit easier to fight this guy. I mean, like, the throwing torches at him is certainly going to accomplish a lot more than it did last time. Alright, do we want to pick up Lightspeed? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put 20 cells into this. I don't actually think I want Lightspeed for the boss fight, so we're going to hold off and buy that at the next time we get to the collector. And for now, inflict critical hits for 8 seconds after destroying a door. That's cute. Let's just put some points in the Broadsword. I didn't really like the Broadsword very much before. It was sort of in the same position as the giant hammer. But maybe they have made it better in the same way that they made the giant hammer better. Bonus damage to bleeding and poison targets. Let's reroll that. Okay, launches a grenade. That's something. Also launches a grenade. I like it. Ooh. Inflicts bleed and the bleed causes poisoning. I like that too. Alright, just trying to give myself every leg up we can possibly get for dealing with this guy. Let's take Vengeance. Vengeance seems good for fighting a difficult boss that we're not really sure how to deal with yet. Okay, rely heavily on the Sinew Slicer and grenade him a lot. So you don't want to roll through this guy, but he does jump over you, and I guess the idea is you let him back you up until that happens. Yo, this is going so much better. Stay back. Stay back. Wow. That was not a boss. That's just a big enemy that I did a really bad job against the first time. Well, that's embarrassing. My biggest concern with that is that it means I'm not 100% confident there won't be more of them. Noxious... what? They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. If anybody's been living off that, they must be monstrous. Okay, so I guess this liquid coming through this pipe is what made him such a big, terrifying bug monster? Maybe he was just a normal... ooh. Okay. That's a new enemy. Guys with blowguns. Very accurate with a high rate of fire. And also good at fleeing. Alright, I could see that becoming a problem. So yeah, these big skeleton guys are actually pretty dangerous. Tried to roll in the air. Okay, this biome's enemies are actually pretty scary. Seems like a difficult place. Just, I can't jump up there, okay. Boy, what's going to be the best way to deal with these? I guess that, probably. Turns out the frost grenade is a pretty good way of dealing with pretty much everything. You know what, I'm not gonna try to be cute with it. Let's just flask up and try to survive this. Okay. Cowardice. I am getting a little concerned here. Oh, I should probably have taken the purple there. So if you weren't clear on what just happened there, the big guys, they throw an axe and it goes out and then it comes back to them. And if for some reason they are indisposed, they do not catch the axe and it just continues right through them and hits anything on the other side. And we happened to be on the other side there. Our man is trying to find something worth cooking. Oh. May as well take it. Good luck. I don't really want a level 1 pan, but thank you. Do we want to switch weapons? This Broadsword is slightly worse DPS. I mean, it does cause the bleeding, but we'll stick with the dagger. The dagger's a good weapon. Or rather, the daggers are a good weapon. I'm maybe not making it look awesome, but I promise you, it's actually pretty good. I didn't actually get them all. Ow. It's a little bit of a cooldown on the dodge. If you use it irresponsibly, you're just stuck. How are we supposed to connect through to... Huh. Okay, well let's go back to the teleporter and... Guess we'll just continue this way. There's a little bit of invincibility in the middle of the climbing animation, which is how we didn't get hit there. Yep. Killed him before his axe got back, and I thought we could just roll through it, but I didn't actually time it right. Okay, that's a better start. I shouldn't have done that. That was irresponsible. We're absolutely dead for sure. There's no way we survive dealing with these blowgun guys. Yeah, I picked it up reflexively. Oh god. Okay. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. Okay. Didn't actually hurt anybody. No, stop running. There we go. All I gotta do is panic constantly and consistently. Only 12 enemies left. Oof. The cooldown on this ice grenade could be a little shorter. You know what? I'm gonna take a second here. I'm gonna let my ice grenade recover, and I'm gonna just take a calm, centering breath. Honestly, oh no. Can we go a different way? I'd really rather not fight that guy while cursed. I think we might have killed the last one without getting hit, but I'm not confident enough. Okay. Again, small amount of panic. Alright. That's easy enough. Don't like that at all. We're going to just ignore that guy. Oh! I was trying to roll. I got caught in the third attack animation, which is a little bit longer than the other swings. Well, that's heartbreaking. We only had like 2 enemies left on that, too. If I had successfully rolled through that dart, we probably would have survived. Well, we learned something. That is a much more difficult biome than the other ones, and it might be a good idea to avoid it for maybe an episode or 2. I think this is probably a pretty good place to call this one. I'm not going to try to start another run 50 minutes into the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. That is definitely it for us for today. It turns out Dead Cells is still really good, and it's maybe quite a bit harder than it used to be. At least it is if you make it hard on yourself. When you come back next time, tomorrow, I think maybe we'll take a slightly simpler path through the castle. And we'll see you then.